What I found, and you've seen this too, especially around the asking for introductions, and I know we differ a little on that perhaps, and we can get into it, but um, that's usually where people get stuck, right? They when they come to me for coaching, they'll say, can I do this without looking like the creepy referral guy or cheesy referral guy?" And it's those old methodologies that have been taught for so long that are advisor centric, and really just don't fit anymore. And people don't want to do that. They know there's something wrong with them, and they know they're amiss, but they just haven't found the right way. So when I give them some language, and you said it right, that they will then personalize for themselves. I'm not expecting anyone to necessarily memorize what I provide. I mean, if it fits, fine. It's to personalize it. But the point is, when they find the language that works, then all of a sudden that strategy that wasn't accessible to them now is accessible. That asking for introductions where they never felt they could do it now becomes a possibility because they see a way, they see an approach that feels more natural than what they had been taught in the past.
Okay, well, that's pretty perfect. And first of all, any distinction in terms of your approach, our approach, I think a lot of it might be semantics. I mean, there's so many different financial professionals out there with different worldviews and perspectives.
Mhm.
I mean, where we're completely in sync is just earn the right,
Yes.
be referable.
Yes.
That's the absolute foundation. And I'm sure you've met many financial professionals who focus so much on the cause, not so much on the effect. Just be referable, moral compass sky high, all the qualities you would ask for, dependable, predictable, admirable, to the point where they don't even go there. They don't even talk about referrals, and yet they attract them
Yes.
because clients feel they're doing a friend a disservice by not making the introduction. And I know that's at the core of the language of referrals is be referable, right?
It is. It's part two of the book. Part one of the book is the mindset, the thinking, the inner language, if you will, the self-talk that we have around this that often gets in our way. But the part two is, yeah, the language of becoming super referable. And you're right. Is it possible to build a successful business without asking for referrals or introductions? And the answer is yes, of course it is. And that all the things that you talked about and more, the great experiences that clients go through with you, and to become remarkable means worthy of remark, right? So you provide and create a relationship that's worthy of remark to others. The place where it sometimes disconnects, if you will, or it doesn't work for some folks, is sometimes they're not always getting the right type of referrals and introductions. The unsolicited don't always fit their book of business. And sometimes they'll take people on out of a sense of obligation for the source, which I think can sometimes be a mistake. If it's a close family member, part of the household, if you will, then of course it makes sense. But you don't want to take someone on just because someone introduced you to them if it's not a good match because you're not the right advisor for them, right? So sometimes it's a quality of who they get introduced to issue. And what I found mostly, and of course there are always exceptions to all of this, becoming highly referable, creating great relationships, great experiences, and all the things that you mentioned will create at least incremental growth. We should all be getting some of these without asking, just because we're doing good work for people.